I have an older sister and a younger sister, a little brother. My younger sister got very sick for about 6 years. She confounded all the doctors. Nobody knew what was wrong with her, how to fix her. And it progressively got worse and worse until she was sent home to my parents' house to die. She got better. Actually, it was a good friend of mine. Got involved in her care, health care, and they ended up falling in love. And it was the hope that she needed to get well and begin trying again. Now you'd never know she was sick. They have a beautiful little baby girl. But during those periods, which was probably the second worst year of my life, 2009, we thought it was all coming to an end. I began to think a lot more about heaven and where we're going when we die. If I did not believe there was a better place waiting for me in the afterlife than here, this troubled, dangerous world full of heartbreak, I don't know how I could survive. And I would probably turn to a lot of artificial things to keep me going. But it's a concept in the Christian faith that I didn't do anything to deserve salvation from God, or to deserve a better place in this, to deserve to go to heaven with the things I've done. It keeps me going in this life until we're finally home. This song's called Closer Than I've Ever Been.
Never
I was born in 1981. Name's Iowa. To Mark and Kathy Darling. My older sister was born in 1980. My parents got married in 79. They spent the first few years of their marriage living well below the poverty line. We were dirt poor. Things got a little better when I was born. We upgraded to a mobile home in this trailer park in Iowa. My dad got 2 jobs. He worked about 80 hours a week. Very hard times for my parents. And I look back on that period of life and I only remember being happy and I only remember being loved. And that's a testament not to the naivety of a child, but to the commitment and devotion and faith my parents had to not let their circumstances dictate their love for each other, their love for their children. And now I'm all grown up. I've been married 16 years now to the only girlfriend I ever had. And we got 3 little boys. Wyatt is almost 9. He says 8 3/4. It's his age. Wilder will be 6 next Sunday. Baby Rand will be 2 toward the end of August. Beautiful little boys. They all look like their mother. Thank God. And I realize now, raising my own kids, you don't get to choose the family that you're born into, do you? And I realize it can seem like a big cosmic joke on you. Some people got born in good, happy homes. Maybe you did not. And we spend a long time in our life. We can't spend a long time in our life raging at God for those things. Unfortunately, God doesn't mind if you're angry with Him. And He's big enough to hear your complaints and your concerns. And we tend to think one of the great lies about God is that He's sitting up there in heaven, very distant from us, stroking His beard, looking down upon man, laughing at all our troubles, and ignoring our cries and our prayers. See, we saw in the life of Jesus, God come to earth. What God was really like, the heart of God in Jesus. And I tell you, you never read the Bible, that's okay. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, you can read a lot about Jesus Christ. And you find He cried a lot. He called Him a man acquainted with suffering and sorrow. And the heart of God is broken when He looks down at the beautiful creation that He loved as we're tearing each other apart. Pain is probably the greatest barrier to God. To answer the question of pain, we've got to go all the way back to the beginning. I believe in the creation version of events that God created. The heavens and the earth, the sun, the moon, the stars, water and plants and animals. And then He created man. And He walked all the animals in front of Adam, one by one, hoping that Adam could find a friend. He noticed Adam seemed alone. So God put Adam to sleep, and he took a rib from Adam's body, and he made a woman. Side note, creation was not complete until women were born and made by God. It's important for every man in this room to understand we should be good to women. And for a time, it was just the two of them in paradise. I don't know how long it was in the Garden of Eden. They walked with God. God came down to earth, and he walked with man and woman. And then one day he did something very strange. He took them to the center of the garden, and he showed them the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And he gave them a rule. They didn't have rules before. They didn't need them. But on this day, he would give them a rule. He said, you can have everything in this garden. Just don't eat the fruit on that tree, or you'll die. It seems pretty logical back then, I suppose. Adam and Eve didn't know what death was. I always ask myself, why would you do that? You created perfection, heaven on earth. Why would you take them to this tree and show them the end of the world, the path to pain and suffering and murder and rape and all these terrible things? Why would you even show them that tree? Why not put it on the other side of the world?
Never did that, do that before.
You see, love cannot exist without choice. God wanted the creation that he could love, but they could also love him back, meaning he had to give them a choice to not love him if they wanted to.
Let me know how you're doing.
And of course, we know how the story ends. They ate the fruit, and we've been suffering ever since. God is not up in heaven, stroking his beard, ignoring your cries. He's crying himself as he looks down on a beloved creation that he loves very much, unable to intervene because of this agreement he made with mankind. Which is why he sent Jesus. That's why he came here to be with us, so we could understand what God was like, and he could give us a path to God that didn't require us to be good and try and do good things and be good people and hope that we could get to heaven someday. And I believe if Jesus were here now, he would tell you what he wants to do. His great desire is to take all the things in life you were denied as a child, all the joy, the peace, and the love, and the happiness and security, that he could swallow those things and then become them, and become the father that you never had, and the mother that you never had, the friend, and have that relationship. This song is called In Their Absence. A mother's love is like the rain. It's supposed to clean you up and take away your pain. It's supposed to hold you when the night is all but still. So if your mother will not sing to you, I will. Daddy's hands are like a brick. They're strong enough to rip the thorns out of the thick. They're supposed to carry you when the crowds are all but still. So if your daddy won't protect you, I will. And I will love you in their absence. Brothers' words are like the wind. They can let you pass the rim. They can push you to your depths of him. But if your brother will not stand for you, a sister's heart is warm and bright. It makes you wonder, you never seen the light. It shouldn't burn your skin when it touches you, but still, if your sister will not comfort you, I will. And I will, I will. No. mother's kiss is like a rose. It makes you shiver as it slips beneath your nose. But I am waiting to redeem the heart they steal. And when your lover runs away from you, I will. You shouldn't tear your skin like that. You shouldn't pinch your eyes so black. This isn't something that an opiate can kill. And when nobody comes to claim your life, I will. And I will, I there's a shelter back in Minneapolis, St. Joseph Home for Children, and I've been going there for a couple of years. And sometimes I'll just sit and sing to the kids, and sometimes they'll have poems they wrote, and I'll put them on my knee, the poems, and I'll put a little music and we'll turn a little song out of the poems. And I always wanted to have a little song for them that could be their song. And it's interesting, you know, these kids in these shelters, really across the country, I think there's about 500,000 kids in the foster system. And the deep cry of their hearts is to be in a family, to be somebody's son or somebody's daughter. So I wrote this song for them, and they sing this part at the end. It goes like this. Sons and daughters, sons and daughters, sons and daughters, sons and daughters. Really easy, really easy. So when we get to that point, it'll be great if you sing along with me, otherwise the song doesn't quite have the same. Right? Sons and daughters. do one more song. I think it's important. And sometimes people ask me if I'm religious. Nothing wrong with being religious, by the way. But my answer is no. I'm very spiritual. I think I'm a pretty spiritual person. I believe in the spirit world, in an afterlife, in a God, in a devil. But I don't consider myself a spiritual person. It's interesting, all through human history, you see something very common. Every civilization that has ever been erected and collapsed, they all share one common trait. They've all worshipped some kind of God or created some kind of religion. And they all share really the same common practices. Good deeds and sacrifices and this sort of desperate hope that your God will look down upon you in pity and see the good thing that you've done and that you live some kind of good life, even though no one ever bothers defining what good actually is. And you hope you've done enough good things to outdo all the bad things. And then maybe the math worked out in your favor and you offered the proper sacrifices and your God or gods or goddess or sun or moon or stars will embrace you into the afterlife, to Valhalla, Avalon, Aragon, Nirvana, heaven, whatever is out there. And then Jesus came and he said something very different, that there's nothing you can do to save yourself. There's no deed so great you can will yourself to heaven. And there's no deed so evil that you could forever lock yourself out. What is he talking about? And it angered and aggravated the religious establishment at the time. Because they loved their rules. They loved looking down on people. They loved oppressing people with their rules. And Jesus said, there's nothing you can do to save yourself, so I'll do it. So, as we're sort of born drowning in the ocean of life, humanity has really given us two options to save our souls. Religion in one boat, or Jesus in the other boat. And as we're drowning, we almost always instinctively turn to religion first. Trying to be good. And we reach out to religion and we say, save me. And religion just shouts back at us with its bullhorn. You need to swim to my boat. Did no one teach you how to swim? I can't get into the water. I can't throw you a life raft. I can sort of direct you from here if you move your arms like this. Nope, that's wrong. You gotta put your butt up above the water. Nope, that's wrong. You're not doing it right. Finally, we get so frustrated, oftentimes, in the deepest, darkest moment there as we're drowning and our nose begins to go under. With one last gasp of air, we reach out to the boat where Jesus sits and say, save me. And he does something very different. He dives into the water and he swims to your body and he puts his arms around you. And by his own strength, he swims you both back to shore. And as you near the shore, with every bit of the strength he has left, having swum such a long distance, he pushes your body to safe harbor and he drowns in the process. And there you are on the shore, alive. And someone you don't know has just given their life for you. So what do you do? And looking back, wouldn't it have been a lot easier just to ask to be saved first? We overcomplicate things. Jesus made it very clear on the cross that he came to save, and you need only ask for salvation. Nailed to a cross after being flogged and having all the flesh ripped from his body, hung there dying all day between two common criminals, one finally turned to him and said, Jesus, would you remember me when you get to heaven, to paradise? And Jesus looked back at the man and said, today you'll be with me. Apparently, salvation is that easy, that close to us. This song is called Ran to the Water. Tell me all about the ancient ways. Tell me of the future and the heart of change. Take away the things I'll never keep. Push me to the edge where all I have to do is leave. And I ran to the water I fell. In the water I sank. In the water I screamed. In the water I shook. In the water I rode. In the water I turned. In the water I burst. From the water through your flame and set my hands on fire. To the water I fell, in the water I sank, in the water I screamed, in the water I shook, in the water I broke, in the water I drank, in the water I burst, from the water I ran, to the water I fell, in the water I sank, in the water I screamed, in the water I sank, in the water I broke, in the water I drank, in the water I burst, from the water I ran, to the water I fell, in the water I sank, in the water I screamed, in the water I sank, in the water I broke, in the water I drowned, in the water I burst, from the water We're gonna keep playing a little music here. We'd like to close with just a time to pray. If you're not the praying kind, that's okay. We'll pray for you, and we'll just be up here. And a couple of friends, Brian, you come up. Joe, you want to come up? And if you just need prayer, you got someone sick, maybe you're sick, you just want some questions answered, we're just gonna hang out up here for a little while, have some music playing in the background, and we'll just come up. We'll pray for you by name, and we'll just talk to God together. Thank you guys so much for just sitting here, being so nice to two guys that you never heard of from out of town. And you guys have a wonderful night.